And old Scumbug's itching for a piece of you turtles, too.
Not to mention Antrax, Krang's royal executioner from Dimension X.
Off with their shells.
Welcome to High Anxiety. This is Brandon, and it is Turtle Tuesday once again, filmed on a Saturday morning after I just woke up. Hey everybody, so this is a fun episode, and the reason why this is fun is because there are two figures that I'm going to unbox that made one appearance on the show, Turtles. I had both figures as a kid, and these figures, these characters, are Antrax and Scumbug. Scumbug was a really unique figure because it had 4 arms, 2 legs, so it was an ant, 6 limbs, right, like an ant. But what's interesting about this figure is the articulation is just different on this than it is with most turtles, and this is not a Playmates special. This is NECA, but I'm still going to focus on these toys. So it's really interesting because we have 6 limbs. This arm bends at the elbow and at the arm shoulder. This one just bends at the shoulder. There is no articulation in the wrist, in the elbow. This one has no articulation in the elbow or wrist. And this one has articulation in the wrist and shoulder. So it's just really interesting, the choices that they made. Like you kind of have to hold a weapon a certain way in this hand. It's just interesting. We got a little ant abdomen, thorax. I'm forgetting my anatomy of an insect. But yeah, so I am missing the weapons. I am missing the antenna that came out of his head. You can see they were just like plug them in. So I'd be kind of interested, and I'm missing something here too. Little whisker things. So I'd be interested to like find these. I'm sure it's impossible to find these. You have to find it complete, but it is what it is. He's got a really weird pose where it's like they always did this action pose, which was great, but you can really only make him stand in one way. Except this boot that curls up with this giant foot, one like human foot, one ant foot. But yeah, Antrax is, in the show, he was Krang's executioner from Dimension X. So he's more of an alien than a mutant. They may have had mutagen mutants in space. I don't know if it was ever explained. And then we have Scumbug. And Scumbug, I feel like he was one of my... I don't know when they came out. I can look it up, and I will look it up, but it won't be in time for this show. But Scumbug, Anthrax, Scumbag, Antrax, Scumbug, so they had puns. So this figure was interesting because I remember playing with this a lot more than this. I wonder if this is one of my later figures, but still doesn't explain why everything's missing. So Scumbug, he's got different articulation also. He's got bends at the elbow, not at the wrist not the elbow. But yeah, I always liked this guy. I thought it was one of Playmates' like most craziest. And to be honest, I never knew this opened and closed. It doesn't really even do anything, so it's weird that they have it open and closed. It's just on a joint, but yeah, I never knew this open and closed. Wow, I just figured that out right now. He's missing pipes or wires. I think he had like a backpack or a gun or something. So I think it was like a roach exterminator gun. He has these cool wings. I'm interested to see if the NECA version's gonna have the cool wings. if they're gonna open or anything. I know they didn't open the show, but yeah. So here is the NECA version, and I don't want to say that I'm gonna not collect them all because I don't know. I really don't know if I'm gonna collect them all. Right now, it's looking like I'm going to, but I don't know if I'm going to collect them all. And I'm getting towards the end of the characters that meant something to me as kids, and I'm going through the show again. I'm going through the show again with my kids, and I'm interested to see things that, like, I know I didn't watch the full series. I know I didn't. I caught glimpses of it here and there as the show turned into the Red Sky series. The Red Sky is like the intro. They had a Red Sky, so they called it the Red Sky episodes. So I never really watched much of those. I remember like they switched channels they were on Saturday mornings, and that was strange for me. I think they did, but I remember watching that at my grandma's, and I was very. We're getting off topic. Red Sky Turtles. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy any of those toys when they get to them. I could be buying them right now, and I just don't realize it. But yeah. So anyway, this is Antrax and Scumbug, and it says, after being accidentally exposed to radioactive ooze, the ordinary household pets are transformed into a band of NECA. You've got to have descriptions of the characters. I'm not a fan of this. We're just doing the Turtles description every time. Like, and I don't know why I keep forgetting that at that. It's kind of a bummer. So, it's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. Man. Oh well. I gave you the lowdown. I might figure some more out later, but so we have Krang's Executioner from Dimension X, and we have Scumbug, who is a mutant cockroach. Alright, so I'm going to try something different this time. I'm going to open the box so we don't get a whole lot of like plastic crinkling. So I'm going to open it and talk about each thing after it's out. We'll see if it's a better format. Alright. So here we go. Antrax is a lot bigger than I thought, and that's really interesting. But as always, we do not talk about Bruno. We do not talk about the figures until we get all the accessories out. So let me do some snipping, and we'll get to you real quick. Hey there.
Sup?
You like these videos?
Like and subscribe.
I'm interested to see how much of the figures translate to the toy, and I don't know why I'm having this thought as I'm doing this, because there's always a difference in the toys and the figures, but I'm interested to see the similarities and differences, because they were just a one-off character, and I'm sure there was a lot of one-off characters. I'm just like not thinking. I'm just like holding them. I'm holding the toy's importance over like the show's importance, and just not remembering things. But like I want to see if he's got like if Antrax has like one shoe on and one shoe off, or something like that. All right. When I do these types of videos, I always try to do it with integrity in terms of my genuine reactions. I try to avoid looking too much at the characters, the toys, because when I record this, I want to give you the most genuine reaction to these figures. And so it was a little challenging to be snipping things and not talking about it, because when I snip and talk, I get distracted and I don't really look at it. So I did get a glimpse of one item that I was going to wonder if was going to be included on the toy, and it is. So but I wanted to react to that, and I chose not to because I was crinkling. So, just a disclosure. All right. So, as always, we start with accessories. So we're going to start with Antrax's accessories. So this knife is the first one that I was going to talk about in terms of I saw it beforehand. So this knife is pretty awesome. I love... I don't know if I love that it's got a skull on the front and back. That's interesting. I don't know the purpose of that. Why it's a double-headed skull. Hopefully it's like a mutant creature and it's not just a mistake. I don't know. So that's genuine. I didn't see that. But I do like the shape of this knife. I do like the white blade. It looks kind of cool. So, but I was looking for this because it is on the back of this original figure. So it was kind of cool. I was like, I wonder if that's gonna be on there, and there it is. So that's a good little touch. We also have is Spiked Club. This is one of the original toys. I believe they were like pink or red. But yeah, this is a really cool accessory. Really cool accessory. Very cool. Antrax has kind of like the slash sword. I kind of want to like make a mold of this if I can and give one for Slash, because this is like the toy Slash has of the toys. But yeah, it's got like a what are these called? Finger knuckles, brass knuckles, spike knuckles on the hilt of the sword. I'm using words that I don't know if I know. So, and then he also has this awesome axe that also has a skull on both sides. So I'm wondering if, like in Dimension X, there are a bunch of creatures that have skulls with faces on both sides. I don't know if these are teeth. I imagine so, since these are teeth. But it's kind of cool that it's like gripping the axe in place. So that's kind of cool. So those are Antrax's accessories, one for each arm. Okay, so Scumbug has this. I wish I knew what this was. It's a cool little touch. It looks kind of like a camera, but it's got like an antenna on it, so maybe it's like a tracking device. I really hate that I don't know this. Sometimes I don't know things, I'm sorry. Man, I don't know what this is either. This is like a remote control bug. It's not a real bug. I feel like I saw only one episode with him in it. I don't remember him using these, so I'm sure they did. All right, and we have 3 little roaches. 3 little roaches. Underbelly is painted yellow. Very cool. Very cool. I like it. I don't know if this is like a taser. I don't know. I don't know if I want to start with Scumbag because it was more important in my childhood, or if I want to start with Antrax, which is going to be a really cool figure. Let's go with Scumbag first. Okay.
Don't you know you can't hide from a roach? I never met a roach I couldn't stomp.
So, one thing, if you get this, that I noticed about Scumbag is this gun that I'm not looking at yet because I want to blindly react. It's attached. It doesn't feel like it comes off. And if you just kind of pulled him out and didn't pull this out, because this was very tightly put in, tightly snagged. I don't know. It was in there really tight, with really hidden plastic holders, so I almost ripped it off. So be careful with that. Okay, let's look at Scumbag. Scumbug. Wow. His mouth does open. A lot easier. So, first impressions. This is one that I feel like the toys got really, really close to the show. I wonder if there just wasn't a whole lot of room for... But the toy was made first, and then the show was made, so I'm guessing that the detail was subtle enough. But I do know there's some detail in this that is not painted. So Which light is causing this problem? Okay, so you can see like there's a cockroach on his hand, little spikes. But yeah, so this is they did a really good job on this figure. This figure. It's just really, really detailed and neat. And then the shell, they simplified things, and there's not a whole lot of simplification on this. Like you can see like the back, they put a lot of detail into the wing patterns, and the cartoon it's simplified. There's a backpack, of course it's gone because I was a dumb kid, lost it all. This guy's little claw coming out of his boot, which is a nice little touch. Colors are pretty close. Yeah, this is awesome, man. Usually I don't compare the Playmates figures to the NECA figures for too long, but this is just such a similar figure. So I know that he did have a gun. I have to give him a bat because he's really tight and I don't want to break him. So he's got swivels at the hip, under his blubbery cockroach belly. I do like these guys. I mean, they really did get as much detail as they could for the cartoon, which is a change. They didn't do a whole lot of changing of this figure when they were, or the character when they were making the figure. So this is really cool. One thing that I wish this figure did, and I can't really fault it because I don't think he flew on the show with his wings, but I kind of want to like get another one. Sorry. And make custom wings that are like out. It'd be cool to like see him intimidating with giant wings. That'd be really cool. But yeah, so this is excellent. This is really excellent. I kind of wish there was some tune lines in the brain. I feel like I might just do that myself. It's just a little bland, I guess, when you see all these tune lines everywhere on every inch of the body. Maybe it could be under his chest also, but then there's just nothing on the head. So it'd be kind of cool to make that better, a little more detailed. So I might do that. And they even got like the tooth gone in the same position. Yeah, man, this is great. This is really great. And I just, he's one of the most like just evil looking characters. Like he's crazy. So yeah, I want to put this in his hand, but I don't know what it does. I don't know if it's like a remote. Maybe it's a remote and this is a bomb. I don't know. All right, so there's Scumbug. Yeah, man. All right, so now I'm gonna get a good look at Antrax. Before I look at this one, he's got like the executioner style hood over his head. Remember I mentioned he's an executioner. He's got a gold plate. He's got what looks like a hoodie, but it's, I don't know, it's just textured clothes. He's got his red and white striped thorax? Thorax? I'm going with thorax. I think it's head, abdomen, thorax. Think. Okay. Strap across his waist. Skull on his belt buckle. Alright, so let's get this guy and look at him for the first time. Alright, I'm gonna look at him from the back first. Okay, so he does have the same. He pushed this into his belt just like the original figure. Very cool detail. The strap, man, I mean, like, the strap is the same position, it's just a different color. I think they were limited, well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think they were limited when they were making these color palettes. Like, it's like they're limited to, like, 5 colors. So they gotta do what they gotta do. But, okay, so let's see. It's got a nice little medieval-looking straps. Okay, let's see. Here's his antenna that I'm missing. It's got his thorax. He does have the one shoe on, the one shoe off. We got the mutant foot coming out of it, even though he's an alien. He's got his... I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm looking at focus areas. Skull backpack, got like a coin purse. Okay, so... Okay, let's look at it really. Whew. Yeah, this is excellent. This is a beautiful figure. Holy crap. So one thing I don't like about this original figure really is like he just looks kind of like cross-eyed. And they fixed that a lot with the figure, obviously, but with the Toon figure. But yeah, this is great. It's got great head movement. That's a big head, really. Like this might be one of like the biggest proportions. Body of the head. All right, so he's got a just detail I never noticed on the original figure. Man, this is almost like it's like a Super 7 comparison video. This is interesting. Like, they got so much the same. So he's got a chain here that I've never noticed. Shackles with the broken chain on it. Didn't notice it until I saw this one. And it's so this figure or character in the show has one. This one has 2. So I guess these 2 hands were shackled together or against a wall or something. Like, I really have to give him a bath before I move him too much. So I'm gonna have to do that in a minute. But the face detail is just incredible. I love these teeth, the snarl. Yeah, this is just great. It's got like these veins coming out. So what I thought was metal armor, and it could be metal armor, is on the Toon. It's just his actual exposed abdomen. This is so cool. This is a great looking figure. So the Executioner hood style is a little more pronounced on this. Like, as a kid, I never realized this was a hood. I thought it was just his face. I was a dumb kid, but yeah, this looks great. This looks really great. Okay, I'm gonna go give him a bath, and then I'm going to come back and do a little bit of some posing and some action shots, and we'll go from there. All right, welcome back from the break. I don't know. So I gave each of them a hot bath, and now the flexibility is a lot better. There's no risk of well, there's still always risk, but the risk is down that it's going to break. So one thing that I noticed about this set is that there are no other sets of changeable hands. Usually they'll do like some different like fists and hands out, but this is strictly holding hands. So you kind of have to always make sure something's in his hand for it to look natural. This I kind of wish was like a bendable plastic. Just one complaint, not even a big complaint, but I kind of wish this was like moldable. They've done it before with like the Pizza Monster, stuff like that. So it's kind of just bummer that it's just what you see is what you get, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, so this is definitely a really cool figure. I love that the mouth opens. The expression's insane. Like, this looks like a Toon horror figure. It's probably one of the most disturbing figures that NECA's made for the Turtle line, and also that Playmate's made for the Vintage line. Antrax is really cool, but one thing, again with the hands too, but one thing that I really noticed that bothered me a lot, every single weapon was really difficult to get a weapon in. Usually NECA figures will have like a loose grip and a tight grip for their figures, and this was really strange because I literally had to pry open the hands with the scissors to get him to hold these weapons. Now these holding the weapons, I kind of did. I don't know. I like that I kind of changed up what I thought would be, and I gave him the bottom left hand would be holding the axe, and then the top right hand holding the axe, kind of just a cool little cross over the hands. I have this giant club with the spikes in one hand, then I have the cool little spiky handle knife on the other one. I didn't notice before, but these turn, which is cool. You can kind of get just some different shots. It looks like I don't know if there's a joint in there or if it's just loose, but I'm not gonna play it too much. But yeah, I know these turn too, and then these turn, which is really cool touch. But yeah, all in all, these are great figures. It's definitely good to see that NECA is upping their game each time. They've come a long way since the original 4 Turtles and the Shredder. So it's really nice. These are really cool figures. I recommend them if you can find them. They'll probably be in Target soon. This shipped from NECA directly, but they'll probably be in Target soon. And happy hunting. I hope you get them if you like these. Which one's your favorite out of these two? Anything glaring that I'm missing that's bugging you? I don't know, let me know in the comments, okay? But yeah, please like and subscribe. Let us know. Oh, hold on. Ooh, cool. So, I didn't like that. I think the claw, the mutant hand is much more just like cool. And I was really like bummed that you couldn't like switch it, but it looks like it has 2 notches and you can just change it around. I don't know if that's going to affect this because the yeah, and it's kind of weird to have the tube on this side now, but I like this hand. It's just got a lot more character to it, so I kind of wish they would have made it that way on purpose, but I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's designed to do that, but it just, like I said, this just kind of sticks out a little too much for my liking. Like, if it was on the other side, it'd be different. But yeah, so there we go. There's Antrax and Scumbug. Made their debut in the episode Night of the Rogues. So, take that information and do what you will, alright? Alright, so thanks for coming by. Like and subscribe. Again, let me know which one of these you prefer. Which one of these is the coolest one out of the set. Anything I missed, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, whenever I do this, I try... Sorry, let me get this out of my eye first. I seriously just woke up. Okay.
You turtles have humiliated me for the last time!
Really? Are you leaving the show?